Chapter 2, Poem 2, Keeping Quiet, Stanza-wise Explanation, Summary, Message and Important Word Meanings from Class 12, Subject English, Book Flamingo. Now we will count to 12 and we will all keep still. For once on the face of the earth, let's not speak in any language. Let's stop for 1 second and not move our arms so much. Explanation. The poet begins by asking everyone to count to 12, a symbolic number representing unity, the 12 hours on the clock, 12 months or 12 signs of the zodiac. He wants the entire world to pause for a moment, keeping still and silent. He requests people to refrain from speaking in any language, meaning to go beyond differences of nationality, culture or religion. The poet also asks everyone to stop all activity, symbolizing a moment of reflection and universal peace. Stanza 2. It would be an exotic moment, without rush, without engines. We would all be together in a sudden strangeness. Explanation. If this silence happens, it would be a truly unique and extraordinary moment, exotic. There would be no noise of machines or vehicles, and people would experience a rare moment of unity. The poet calls it a sudden strangeness because such silence and calmness are unusual in today's restless and noisy world. Stanza 3. Fishermen in the cold sea would not harm whales, and the man gathering salt would look at his hurt hands. Explanation. Here, Neruda gives examples of how silence and pause can lead to compassion and self-awareness. Fishermen would stop harming whales, a symbol of human exploitation of nature. The salt gatherer, who constantly works in pain, would finally notice his wounded hands, symbolizing self-realization and awareness of suffering. In short, pausing can bring kindness towards nature. Pausing can bring kindness toward nature and care for oneself. Stanza 4. Those who prepare green wars, wars with gas, wars with fire, victory with no survivors, would put on clean clothes and walk about with their brothers in the shade, doing nothing. Explanation. This stanza refers to those who promote wars and destruction. The poet calls them the ones who prepare green wars, environmental destruction, wars with gas, chemical warfare, and wars with fire, nuclear or violent conflicts. If they too were silent for a moment, they would realize the futility of violence. They would metamorphically put on clean clothes, symbolizing purity, peace, and a new beginning, and walk with their fellow humans in brotherhood and harmony. Stanza 5. What I want should not be confused with total inactivity. Life is what it is about. I want no truck with death. Explanation. The poet clarifies that he does not advocate complete inactivity or death. He values life and does not want people to become motionless like the dead. Instead, he wants them to pause for self-reflection, not to stop living. The purpose is to live more meaningfully, not mechanically. Stanza 6. If we were not so single-minded about keeping our lives moving, and for once could do nothing, perhaps a huge silence might interrupt this sadness of never understanding ourselves and of threatening ourselves with death. Explanation. Human beings are always busy, constantly working, competing, and moving without purpose. This restlessness prevents self-understanding and causes sadness. If humans could stop for a while, be silent and reflect, this silence could help them understand themselves and end the cycle of self-destruction, both emotional and physical. Stanza 7. Perhaps the earth can teach us, as when everything seems dead, and later proves to be a lie. Now I'll count up to 12 and you keep quiet and I will go. Explanation. The poet suggests that nature itself teaches us a valuable lesson. When winter comes, everything seems lifeless, but in spring, life returns. Similarly, moments of silence are not lifeless. They bring renewal and growth. In the final lines, the poet repeats his invitation to count to 12, asking everyone to remain quiet while he withdraws, leaving the readers to contemplate his message. Next, summary. Pablo Neruda's Keeping Quiet is a beautiful poem about peace, unity, and self-reflection. The poet urges people all over the world to pause their busy lives, stop speaking, and remain silent for a while. This silence will help humans reconnect with themselves, with others, and with nature. He believes that by doing so, people will become more compassionate, understanding, and peaceful. Neruda clarifies that he is not promoting death or total inactivity. Rather, he wants to short pause to break the monotony and violence of life and rediscover harmony. The poem ends with hope that earth and silence can teach humanity the true meaning of life. Next, message theme. The poem conveys a universal message of peace and introspection. It urges people to stop destructive activities, reflect on their actions, and live in harmony with nature. Silence and stillness can help us understand ourselves better and realize the value of life. Through temporary inactivity, we can experience spiritual awakening, global unity, and environmental awareness. Next, important word meanings. Exotic means unusual, rare, beautiful, and special. Engines means machines symbolizing industrial activity and movement. Sudden strangeness means a rare, surprising feeling of peace and unity. Hurt hands means symbol of human suffering from overwork. Green wars means environmental destruction and exploitation of nature. Victory with no survivors means meaningless wars leading to total destruction. Put on clean clothes means to start afresh with peace and purity. No truck with means to refuse to associate or deal with. Single-minded means focused on one aim, here constant activity. Huge silence means profound peace and self-awareness. Threatening ourselves with death means engaging in self-destructive activities like wars and exploitation. So friends, we have completed stanza-wise explanation, summary, message and important word meanings of poem 2, Keeping Quiet. We will do question answers of this poem in a separate video. If you like the video, kindly like, hype the video and share it with your friends. Also subscribe to my channel for more such videos. We will meet in the next video. Thank you for watching.